YouTube has completely changed my life with 500 subscribers. Now, to you, that may seem like a low number. It may seem really dramatic. I'm sure if you're around this number with me as well, you are pretty much feeling the same feelings as I right now. Now, this video is not going to have lots of fancy editing, so if that's your thing, then you might as well scroll. But if you really want to learn something about YouTube, then I recommend you staying and watching to the very end. So we've all been posting on social media at some point in our lives. When I was a kid back in the day, it sounds a bit cheesy, I used to have MySpace, I used to have Bebo, I used to have Profile Heaven, I used to have Face Party, which was even before Facebook. I had MSN Messenger. All these things had me interacting with people. But one platform that is still here and still going strong is YouTube. I use YouTube a lot for my own pleasure in terms of it's the place I want to consume content. It's almost like my safe, chilled out place. There's been many times where I'm literally eating food, watching the 1000th episode of Kitchen Nightmares, which I've already seen before with the same people who is doing exactly the same thing. There's just something about YouTube where you feel more at peace and you can just chill out or learn something or be entertained in a specific way. You can have something on in the background, you can literally just play it for hours. And because of this, the creators on this platform and the standard and the quality, even the connections and authenticity is so much different and grander than other social media platforms such as TikTok or Instagram, where it's like one big highlight reel and you've got comparisons shoved into your face all the time, digging deep on these hidden insecurities you didn't realize you had. To be fair, TikTok, there's more people being authentic on it. You've got to grab people's attention. You've got to stop the scroll. It has to make immediate impact, reaction-based content, whereas Instagram, very highlight reel, vanity stuff all the time, people showboating, really affect your negative health, how you feel about yourself generally, and constant comparing yourself to other people, especially when you're seeing people who you feel personally, why is their content doing that well? Because it's not that great, or you're sort of manipulating the system, or you're trying to hack the algorithm, or you're exploiting people's feelings of vulnerability, or you're boasting about money wins all the time, and it can be a very toxic place. And then when it comes to creating content on YouTube, it's a totally different ball game than the other social media platforms. You don't have this pressure you get on other social media platforms that you have to do the best content. It has to deliver straight away. And that immense pressure of, oh man, this video sucked. I'm shit. I'm rubbish. I got to improve. I got to make the next one to get that dopamine hit. Now you've consumed content for YouTube for a while. You may have never even thought about being a YouTube creator unless you dive really into it. It's such a big thing when you think about it, if you want to do it, or you don't have the guts to do it, because you see all these amazing creators, you look up to people, role models, inspirations, and you think, wow, I wish I could do that. You aspire to these people. It makes you want to become a creator. And you see other creators monetizing, making a living from YouTube, and you think, I really want to do that, but it must take a lot of hard work. And then you just get this moment where you're like, well, what's stopping me from actually doing this? What's stopping me from creating my first video? What happens if somebody actually likes my content? What about if I start getting subscribers? What about if I start a YouTube channel and I start making money from something I enjoy talking about and helping people with my passion? And YouTube has changed like so much over the years. Instead of being like entertainment or education, people want to connect with people on a more deeper level. We want people to be more authentic. We want to have connections. We want to get to know people. We want to hear people's struggle. We want to hear people's triumphs, setbacks. We want to relate with people, because I think since the pandemic, we've all lost this sort of connection with people, and we all feel quite vulnerable, still a bit fragile. And seeing people being more authentic, connecting with people, just makes it a lot more relatable, because it makes us feel like we're not alone on this journey of life. And we don't want to see all this hyper edited content that was rammed down our throats in 2023. Yes, it was great when we first saw it because it's something different and it kept us stimulating, but it's too overwhelming. We've got enough overwhelm in our lives as it is. The shift in social media has changed a lot in the last 12 months. We want more relatability, connect with people. We want to see behind the scenes. We don't want the editing. We don't want the gimmicks. We just want the reality. it makes the appeal to start a YouTube channel so much more easier, less pressure. I'm so glad this shift and change has happened, because I made a YouTube channel in 2020. I got so stressed out about the content I made on it, and it wasn't good enough, or it wasn't for the right people, or it's just a load of waffle or a load of junk, that I actually deleted all of these videos. Maybe I should just upload it again and show you what I talked about, because everything's changed so much. But, I had the pressure of like, this is not good enough. No one's going to like it. No one's going to relate with me. No one's going to like my videos. This is embarrassing. I'm only getting like 5 views. Surely you can relate with this feeling of you feel like you're being judged in the wrong way. It doesn't make you feel great about yourself. But then as this social media shift started to change, it's like, well, I really want to create a YouTube channel. I really want people to hear my knowledge and my passion. I really want to make an influence. I really want to change people's lives. I want to make a positive impact. So I'm going to post my content regardless of making my YouTube channel, regardless of the outcome. I want to do this for myself. I did. But YouTube has changed my life with 500 subscribers at this mark, because the difference between long form content and short form content is like night and day. It's so much different. When you make long form content, you can really take your time and get it just right, albeit authentic as you want, without all the fluff, all the editing, all the gimmicks, all the fancy fireworks. When you're making a short video and it's only like 15 seconds long, 20 seconds long, 30 seconds long, you got to get someone's attention basically for 30 seconds if it's 30 seconds long. Most people stop scrolling after 2 seconds. You got to have a good hook. You got to have change the camera angle every 2 seconds. You got to do all these different things to keep people's attention to get the watch time. But when you make a YouTube video, you can get rid of that, and it takes a lot of pressure off yourself, especially if you've got not very much experience in content creation or editing. Because the videos take a lot longer, it actually makes you create better content, because you're finding or creating scripts, you're thinking about your messaging, you're thinking about your cover photos, first impressions count, your titles, SEO, and all these different things. All these different elements are helping you to become a better content creator, a better influencer. It helps you with social media growth on so many levels. It helps you make money from social media, or for your business if you're doing social media for that reason. You can say what you want to say. You can say everything that you want to say, and you don't have to worry about funneling it down, chopping it up, consuming it into a tiny bit of content, because I've been there. I'm sure you have, when you've made stuff and you're like, I really wanted to talk about that other bit, or that I wanted to mention that bit or share that bit, but it's too long and people aren't going to like this and consume it. But with long form content, you can just take your time, and the best thing is you can just transform it, trim it, reuse it to short form content, and then you just talk about things in detail, which will make it easier for people on the other end who want to consume the content, who are looking for that content, to really know about the subject, learn about the subject, or just be more entertained. With YouTube as well, your content has such a long shelf life, especially if it's evergreen content. Your content could get discovered 5 years later. Think about that. You can be changing someone's life in 5 years time, 10 years time, make an impact. One of your videos go viral, blow up if that's your thing, amazing. But you can literally change lives all the time, anytime, forever, basically. It's not like Instagram where it gets buried under the sand. The feeling of such satisfaction when you make a YouTube video that you've done it and it's there for the world to see forever. If you don't like it, you can probably delete it. But once you've made it, you know it's not wasted time. TikTok and Instagram, it's all about the next one, the next one, the next one, because it's all about recency. YouTube gives you the chance to be able to do storytelling. Actually have it in landscape mode, gives you more opportunities, because you can chop it. If I make an hour video, I can trim that up into 15-second segments, and that gives me loads of content ideas for literally like a month on short form platforms. So at first it may seem harder, but you actually get more bang for your buck in return by doing it. Having a YouTube channel also gives you less pressure and makes you think of delayed gratification. You know when you make a YouTube video, it's not going to get thousands of views straight away. It may only get 10 views in a week. Because you don't have this pressure you don't need, it allows you to just work on the next video and be proud of your last video and make better videos. And then in return, you start building and accumulating a channel full of great content which you really are passionate about, or you want to talk about, and you don't have to worry about that stress. And it makes you create really good habits and foundations, because you start talking about subjects you want to talk about, not what other people are talking about. It makes you different from the crowd because no one can replace you. It takes away the stress of got to make another video, because you know you can just make one video a week, one video a month if you want to, if that fits you and your schedule and it's okay for your mindset. It allows you to create more balance and it makes you feel better about yourself because once you've made your video, you know, you've made this masterpiece or whatever you wanted and it's there, you've done it. And a lot of people are not doing it, putting in the reps. You know, if you keep creating your content and doing what you're doing because you love doing it and you enjoy doing it, you will get rewarded eventually. Somebody's going to see your video, your account might blow up, you might get paid for your digital product. You get this delayed gratification because you know all the work you're doing, little by little, little equals to a lot. And that's just like life. When you go to the gym or you're trying to lose weight, you just don't get it straight away from doing a workout or eating a bit of salad. You get it from doing it every day. You don't get clean teeth straight away. You do it every day. The habits you do, and you are your habits. And YouTube teaches you that because it teaches you discipline. It's like one of the most important things you can have in life, and the skill, the attitude. It's doing things even though you don't really want to do them, or doing things even though you don't feel like you're getting anywhere. Because you know if you continue to do them, you'll get an outcome and you'll get your result. And you know if you make a YouTube channel and you're doing your content, you keep going and you keep going and you keep going and you don't quit, you will get to your goal eventually. And that's really motivating and self-rewarding. Most social media platforms are built on instant gratification, but YouTube's about long-term gratification. It's all about character building. It's less stressful, it's more exciting, it's more encouraging. And a YouTube channel really updates your skills and your knowledge. Not only do you learn about more of your niche and people in your industry, because you're looking at content ideas in your niche and industry, relatable topics to talk about, which enhances your knowledge, but enhances your productivity, your creativity, content creation. You become more efficient at creating content. You use tools like perhaps ChatGPT to help you. Being on YouTube helps you with your content copy, your description as well, which you can use on blogs or websites. It helps you create better hooks using your headlines on your videos, which also helps you on other social media platforms. It helps you become better at visual editing, such as your thumbnails and artwork. It helps you create better scripts for your videos so you're talking in a way that people understand without the waffle. Your message is more clearer, it's getting to the point, it's getting people watching your videos. These are really valuable lessons and skills that will help you, well, not only on other social media platforms, but other jobs and opportunities in life. It helps you build more confidence talking on the camera. It helps you have more belief in yourself. It makes you care about less about what other people think due to hate or troll comments. You have these skills which you can apply in everyday life and situations. Having a YouTube channel helps you create patience. It makes you want to strive to be better. It makes you feel good about yourself. You're making content that you want to create for yourself, not to serve others. So even though you're creating topics which you know there will be an audience out there for, you're ultimately talking about the subject you want to talk about, and you're making content for yourself, creating content that you're generally interested in and you're passionate about. On other social media platforms, you're just trying to get that next viral video. You end up posting more volume. You're posting anything. You're posting trends, literally anything, to try and get that dopamine that you crave. You're trying to get quick hits, which can often lead to content creation burnout. And then you go viral and you get this massive dopamine hit, and then you want it again. And then when your views are going down, they fluctuate for whatever reason, you start feeling bad about yourself. You start beating yourself up, chasing that next viral video again. The platforms on TikTok know this, which is why they decrease your views in the first place. They want you to keep putting the money in, have another go, get addicted, and then they get more content in return. Then what happens is you start feeling bad as yourself as a creator. You start feeling burnout. You start comparing yourself more to other people. If they're doing better with you, it feels less fulfilling. But also the people following you doesn't really feel that great. You get 10,000 followers, you get 30,000 followers, you get 50,000 followers, you get 100,000 followers. It doesn't even feel like they're real people, because a lot of these people may not even interact with your content, and they could be bots. Whereas on YouTube, when you get subscribers, it's so much harder to get subscribers because people on YouTube are very picky who they follow, and they have every right to. There's billions of people on YouTube creating and consuming content, so people are picky. I mean, I consume people's content on YouTube and I still don't follow them So when you get a subscriber, it's a great feeling. It's such a great feeling of having someone's chosen you to entertain them, to help them get educated, or they trust in you, or they connect with you, or believe in you. And when you get a follower, even just one follower, it feels so good on YouTube, and just that pride of having that many people following you. You know people are picky on this platform. You know it's harder to build up trust. You know there's so much content out there, and someone's decided to subscribe to your channel. That's an amazing thing, and I appreciate every single one of my subscribers. And then because of this, when you get to this 500 subscriber mark, when you start reflecting about this, thinking about this on a deeper level, like I'm talking about, it really does motivate you. You think, hang on, these people, I've got 500 subscribers following me, they're here to stay. You know, people want to see what I'm going to do next. I've got people got some expectations of me. People actually listen to me. People are liking my stuff because my content and my channel is growing and it's resonating, and I'm getting comments and I'm getting engagement, and this is really self-motivating. It makes you appreciate everything: your followers, your channel, all the hard work you're doing, being authentic, or the authenticity. I can't even say this word. The authenticity just feels better. Being authentic. Authenticity. Left eye. As being authentic, and because you can be more authentic on this platform, this really helps build a connection with your audience, and your audience builds a connection with you because they can see your quirks, they can see you make mistakes, they see you're a human being, they can see into your personality. If you spend 3 or 4 hours on TikTok and Instagram, it may leave you feeling drained, burnt out, or even in tears, depending on what you see on your feed. You may feel negative from the endless comparison game. Normally a couple of hours on YouTube, however, you feel inspired, motivated. You've learned something. This whole platform is basically encourage growth, and even the channels which are not encouraging growth and then just comedy or entertainment, they still make you feel good about yourself. Watching other creators inspire you, not drain you, and you don't envy them. Yeah, you will get some hate comments or negative comments on the way, but these make you create thicker, tougher skin, and just realize it's just a pantomime, this game, and everyone loves a villain, and any engagement is engagement. You must be doing something right, and for someone to be paying attention to you in the first place, having the need to comment. But also you've got to remember, with hateful comments and negative comments, it says a lot more about them than it does about you, because you have to be in a bad place or a negative place for the need to try and put down someone's work. On the flip side of this, with the negative comments as well, sometimes you get constructive comments, and on other platforms you may get offended by constructive criticism. But on YouTube, if you get a lot of them, you know, it lets you take in constructive criticism better, and this makes you create better content. One of my videos, everyone kept moaning about my microphone because it was too loud and it's fuzzy, and I was like, damn, this has not happened before, but a lot of people are saying this. Maybe I should sort out my microphone. And I tried to sort it out, and I did sort it out. If it wasn't for those comments, I would keep making sort of crappy videos. But a lot of people, someone might say some constructive criticism on another platform, and it might smash their ego. They would get upset and not make content again. YouTube makes you tougher. If you're a new YouTube creator, here are some tips that I'm sure will help you. First of all, start off with a clear focus. Just basically define what your channel is about. Wherever it's you just playing your guitar, playing games, a skill, hobby, art, filmmaking, educating. Having a clear direction will just help you start making content in the first place, look for ideas, inspiration, and basically just help attract the right audience. Before you start creating your YouTube channel, try and make 4 videos before you post your first one out there. And the reason for this is, by doing so, you've got a content bank, it puts less pressure, and it gives you a chance for you to be consistent. If you've got 4 pieces of content already in the bank, you can still make 1 piece of new content per week, but it takes off the pressure if you get a week where you're like, oh, I'm not really up for this, or that first video took longer than a 4. And if you wanted to create 4 videos but plan 20 content ideas, so you have an idea in the back of your head what you're going to do next. Now, you may have heard this tip everywhere on other social media platforms, but focus on quality instead of quantity. And quality can literally just mean you're making better content in terms of it's resonating with your audience more. It doesn't mean has to be fancy or gimmicky. It's just giving value to somebody, from bored to taking action, from feeling depressed to happy, from procrastinating to taking action, from feeling alone to listened or understood. It's just basically making someone feel in a better position than they were before they consumed your content. That's value is. Even if it's something satisfying, watching something on a screen like art, visually, someone finishing painting a wall, that is satisfying to a lot of people, especially if they like painting. And really don't worry if your video doesn't get many views. Get rid of that. In fact, expect your video is not going to get hardly any views, and then use this time each time to try and improve your content or your skills. Try and make your next video better than your last. Engage with your audience, ask questions, use the create post features, do polls, interact, make community, make people feel proud to be part of something, and they can give you valuable feedback as well to create better content and help ultimately push out your posts more and promote your channel. Use the shorts feature and turn your long form content into shorts. The reason why I say this is your short videos, YouTube shorts, can reach out to a lot more people initially than your long form content on YouTube. So by using your short form content, you could create teasers, right, the highlights of videos you already posted or you're going to post to get people to check out the long form content. This means you're going to get followers quicker, but it also means you're just playing smarter, not harder. Another cool feature on YouTube Shorts is you can link your videos to your long form videos. So you just post the videos, link them. It's literally not going to take you that long to do because you've already made the content in the first place with your long form content. If you don't want to do shorts, then that's fine. It gives you an extra opportunity for quicker growth. Don't expect instant success. Building a following takes time. Building connections takes time. Building trust takes time. You've got to earn people's trust. You've got to earn your followers. And it's really important to be consistent and persistent. You've got to be patient as well, because he or she that lasts longest in this game wins. Think of it of a marathon, not a sprint. Keep uploading regularly. Don't feel discouraged, especially with getting low views, because I guarantee when you've got at least 30 videos on your channel, you're going to feel so proud of yourself, and you should be. So many people out there who've done literally nothing and they've always wanted to start a YouTube channel. Just done it. Make sure your videos are discoverable. Use relevant keywords in your title. Make sure your headline grabs attention using the hook or open-ended hook, making people feel like they're missing out if they do not click on your video, and create curiosity. And use relevant keywords in your description and tags. And these are basically things people are typing in onto YouTube or Google to search for a topic. So for example, how do I fix a certain type of boiler? You could put in your description, this is how you fix a certain type of boiler, if that was your video, for example, because if someone types it in the search bar, there's a bigger chance that your video is going to come up as a recommendation. Make sure also your thumbnail catches attention. Make sure it represents your content, and make sure the images you use represents what you're talking about. So even if it's a couple of things on the screen, make sure they're related to the video. So if someone quickly looks at it, they're like, oh, that must be about social media, or that must be about football, because they can identify what they're seeing on your thumbnail. This will attract viewers and help with click-through rate. Use your YouTube analytics to help you find out what's working and what's not. Pay attention to the metrics like watch time, audience retention, and engagement. This data can really help you refine your content strategy and create videos that resonate more with your audience. Engage with other accounts, especially in, say, niche, because it's called social media for a reason, right? And by commenting on other people's posts, then their followers or people interacting in the conversation will see your comment. There's a good chance they'll look at your channel, and if they like what they see, they may just drop you a subscribe. It helps you build this community in your niche. Don't worry about fancy equipment and software. Even using your camera phone is fine, as long as people can hear you clearly. It doesn't matter what microphone you use, as long as it just gets the job done. Take advantage of good lighting, using it outdoors if you need to. As you get more money, or you want to invest more money, you can always update your equipment later, and this makes it more exciting, keep you motivated. This is the same with editing tools. There are plenty of free tools out there like CapCut. You can invest in more advanced software at a later date. Just get the content out there. Content is content. You never know if it's going to resonate or hit. Stay true to yourself. Being authentic resonates with viewers, and it's what will make them ultimately keep coming back. You've got that relationship connection with them. They'll probably start following you on your other social media platforms as well. Enjoy the process of creating and sharing your passions. When you're more relaxed, when you feel more confident, or you're having fun, your audience will feel that too. When you're being fake, or you're trying to be someone else, forcing it too much, or you're making too much content, people can feel this negative energy, and it's not attractive. So just remember, creating a YouTube channel can be really rewarding and a fulfilling journey if you just focus on your passions in the next video while staying patient. It's about building a dedicated audience instead of any audience over time. I really hope this video has inspired you to give YouTube a try or to keep striving forward. Here's to growth, experimenting and creating on new social media platforms. If you have any comments, please do drop them below. I'd really love to hear from you. And if you like this content, please do subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. Till then, thanks for watching.